Alright, back again here, and this is an update to the table saw, and basically just got another one here, got it replaced, and if you'll take a look here, the riving knife is straight with the blade, so it came that way and stays on, and works great. The other thing from my previous video, if you noticed, was that the blade was not perpendicular to the guides whatsoever. This one, for some reason, worked out really well. As you can see, it is perpendicular to this, and I measured it. So from the edge of this blade to the edge of this, same measurement. So I guess I just got a bad table saw. The other thing is, when I got the box, there is a thing on it where it says, this side up. Well, when I brought it in, I probably set it down sideways, and that might have contributed to the riving knife and the blade, because underneath here, as you saw when I unpacked, was all the boxes, and one of those boxes is a square box that had all the other equipment in there, and it could have been pushing on the motor, pushing on the riving knife, causing it to basically bend. So when you get these boxes, try to keep them straight up, or where it says this side up, try to keep them that way. Then again, that shouldn't cause such a dramatic bend like that. So now that I got this new one, I'm very satisfied. I've set up everything to match with the table as much as possible. It is to have a very large square, other than the small one that I had. So I just had I used the longer, this triangle here, a little bit longer here, and I still had the same problem though, that the table is bowing. It's bowing this way, and it still rocks, because I could take my straight edge, and it still teeters quite a bit, teeters back and forth. So that's the same problem as the last one, and I think that's just the way it's a defect, I guess, manufacturing defect. So what I had to do was I had to pick a side, either this side to square it off, or this side to square it off. And considering that I'll most likely do a lot of my cuts this side, I may have to change it, but I guess it depends. I could change it later. But where you cut on the left side of the blade or the right side of the blade, at least it's perpendicular to the guides, so I can adjust it. And that was really important, because the other one, no matter what you did, you just could not get a straight cut. If it's not perpendicular to the guides, you can't even make a table saw sled, because it just will not work, unless you want a few degrees off, which you can. The updated review is I'm satisfied, but not 100% happy. I can still work with this sled now that it's perpendicular to the guides, and I think it's workable. I'm gonna take some of my older sleds here, and of course the guides don't match up with the guides that I have here. So I'm just gonna basically use one side of the guide maybe for the left side, the other side, because I'm gonna have to cut it in half, up for the right side, and those are good for a few things. Just getting a straight cut off a non-straight board, maybe. So getting a straight cut, and then using that straight cut off the board to make a perpendicular cut to get a decently square piece of board, if that makes sense. So probably have to end up making another table saw sled here, but that's all right. That's what it's all about, you know. So I can still use a lot of these things for something, but as far as making a full sled, I have to make a half sled. To make a full sled here using both the guides. I'm gonna have to make a new one, which I can make a video on if there's some people willing to see it. But my review from the previous table saw, I give it the last one. I would say it was fair. It was okay. It was actually pretty bad. So bad I had to return the other one to get this one. So now that I got this one, it's from the previous fair, which I really should have said poor, to now being good. And when I say good, it's kind of in between, leaning toward on the fair side, but that's all right. You can work with worse tables than this. So it is what it is. For the price that I got it, I'm not going to complain. It works, and if anything, I can try to sell it and then upgrade to a newer model or a different model, different brand, whatever works. So that's my update on this. It's still, I think it's a pretty fair purchase for what it is. With this particular table saw, you're not expecting amazing, craftsmanship, but at the same time, you're not paying for it. So I could probably buy, a couple tables of these compared to buying one really expensive table. Maybe great. I don't know. I never owned one. I don't, for some reason, never seem to have the money to own one. But if I ever get my hands on one, I'll do a comparison. If there's somebody or some company out there that you want me to compare it to this side by side, I'll do it. Just send me the tool, send me the equipment, and I'll give it to I'll give it my honest opinion, and we'll see what happens. So thanks a lot. Bye.